Hey, what's going on, everyone? Hey, let me know if this color background is better to view on YouTube videos. Just want to see if I can get it clearer. Here we have the dollar. Looks like we got a little rejection after yesterday's high. Came back inside previous highs. And then had a continuation today. Hit the other side of the pattern now. We'll make an opposing point now, so we've got support all the way down. But looking at this whipsaw, I'm also concerned about this reversal bar here. So taking out that reversal, or hammer in this case, is important. Staying above 50% of the previous candle, or the long candle, is important as well. But for now, the whipsaw came all the way back down the other side and bounced. Closing today below the previous low, so that's why I'm a little bit bearish. And also the whipsaw. It still has plenty of room to come down on the dollar, all the way back down into support. S&P, looks like we had a pattern working here. Broke above, now we have an opposing point, and so far it's come back down, closing on its lows, closing at support. We'll see how this fares in the next couple days as the end of the year is coming, and usually there's some profit taking, right? For tax reasons. Other than that, nothing going on. I think it's about time this thing turns around, honestly, but so far for the weekly, it looks like a falling star action. If this closes closer down here, might see a nasty reversal bar on a weekly chart. We've got a couple days left. Dow Jones, nothing much on the weekly. It's bullish there. Looks like another whipsaw, right? Came outside the pattern, closed inside. So it looks like a little top heavy there. See this thing on a long term. Pretty sure this needs to retrace at some point. Did it ever hit 20,000? No. And also witnessing a double top on the daily. So that might be it for the run. Unless that double top's taken out. But you can see the run from the election. It's still above support on a daily. And it looked like the weekly was a little bit bullish. But we got a couple days left. We got support all the way back down. Double top on the daily on the Dow Jones. Daily. Looks like NASDAQ is still in that channel. Double top on that top as well. Plenty of support coming down. Let's see what happens there. Looks a little bullish as it's coiling inside that channel. But right now it looks like a rollover. I mean, it looked like it was going to break but now it looks like a rollover. Shanghai composite looks like we got a bounce. Trading action on that previous candle looks like a hammer, not a hammer, but pretty close and similar to the trading action as it goes all the way down and closes all the way back up inside support. Perfect previous high break, took a ride. It's at resistance right now on a daily. And that might be a bearish retracement coming in. We'll see if it can get above that 8 first before we make any more decisions. It's at resistance, previous lows. The daily on the Nikkei looks to me today a bearish piercing pattern. You can see the break above previous highs. You can see the extended high and then the rejection and then the close all the way back inside. Nearly 50% of this previous candle making it a bearish piercing pattern. It's not confirmed though because it's not 50%, but very, very close. Right? Closing right at support. Nikkei had a huge run as well after the election. Big old head fake. Looks like an island top here, another fake out. And then now another reversal. So we'll see what happens after this. A couple more days for the end of the week. See how the week's faring. The week looks like an ominous cloud cover. You got a falling star coming in. Let's see if this is the ultimate bearish piercing pattern as price comes 50% on the weekly chart. We saw that on gold and silver. Or was it? Yeah, it was gold and silver after, before the retracement. So bearish piercing pattern. Bearish Harami on a weekly so far on 10-year note. Looks like it had some bullish tendencies on a daily. Still above support on a daily. Came all the way up, covered the gap. Now it's ready to run again. Watch previous high breaks. But so far for the week, bearish Harami. See how that fares for the close. I imagine it's going to get bearish for the indices because of the end of the year. Crude. It's a little bearish there, closing on its lows. Coming back into previous highs. Looks pretty weak. It's rolling over. Look for previous low breaks into previous highs. It's got to stay previous 50% rule again, always, for momentum's sake. But it looks bearish from there. Let's see a daily. See the exhaustion move came back down into support and bearish retraced back into previous highs. Got rejected. See if it holds. We've got 3 bars, 3 wicks pointing up now. You see the top on the daily chart. 3 wicks pointing up. That's a top. Tri-tips. Closing below previous highs. Look out for previous low breaks and look out below. It's got support over here as well. It looks pretty weak on that breakout. We should have saw closer to 60, I think. Came in the previous lows and got rejected. You got previous lows here and previous lows here. Closing on its lows on a daily chart. 3 wicks pointing up. We got an island top. Looks bearish, right? So far for the week, it's closing on its lows as well. So far. Came into previous highs. See what happens. Coal. Looks like it got snagged on support for a little bit after that bearish candle. It's got to climb all the way through that, breaking previous highs to get past all that mess. Right now we're working with a 3-bar pattern that's bearish, encompassing previous candles. So far, it's at support. Gold. Still waiting for gold to pop over those resistance lines on the way back up. Looks like it wants to make another bottom. Follow the ball. Weekly, so far on the weekly, we're closing a higher low. We'll see if that can hold. That will be important for the next week. Silver. Let's see how that daily candle worked out. So far the hammer's still in. We need to break up into previous lows still on silver. Previous lows and then break into previous lows and then break another previous low. You got resistance all the way up. A lot of work to do on silver and gold. Copper. Looks like it had a mini bearish flag and now it's collapsing. Got another bearish flag or bearish reversal bar there. Looks like it came up, got rejected. Bearish retracement's in. The scene's going to come down a little bit, I think. Back into previous lows. $242 is the mark. See if it'll hold. Anything could happen. GDX. Still hanging in there. Look for previous high breaks. That gap is resistance. Let it come back up into the other side of the gap, which is our resistance. GDXJ. Looks like the same thing. It's got a couple gaps to fill there. A little less volatile today. Has the gap down, and the gap down kept on going. JNUG. Same. Looks like a little accumulation going on right there. See if that's the bottom on JNUG. Nugget. Again, look for that gap break up into the inside, breaking in the previous lows. Watch as you take the long on this. You got a lot of resistance into that gap, first of all, and then you got previous lows directly after that. Let's see if this is an ultimate island bottom for these. It'd be nice to see. AG is still closing in around 7. Looks like FFMG came back down into support. Consolidating over the 8 and the 13. Pretty nice to see. Take out that reversal bar on the upside. And watch out below as it has to cover the gap sometime. See what happens. Doesn't look like it's going to fill the gap from here though. CLF. Little retracement back after the push up. Looks like it's at support as it broke above previous lows. Deutsche Bank. Let's look at Deutsche Bank. Let's look at the long term on Deutsche Bank. I haven't looked at this for a while. Looks like a double top is in for last week. So far a bearish Harami for this week. I really like that stair step into the 34 though. That was a perfect move. That's the whole thing about my trading. That's a high probability trade right there. Buy into support. Cross the 34, back into support, and that's the way it goes. NAK, a little push this week. Look for previous high breaks as this wants to go higher. And I'm pretty sure that that J curve can do a lot better than that. So keep an eye on it. Previous lows up in about previous lows. I guess it's at previous lows. The next previous lows is at 230, in and around 230. And then it's off to the races up to 3. Pretty nice J curve. ASM, let's see what's going on here. Got slaughtered. It's bouncing on previous high breaks. The previous pattern break. So it's at support levels. I know I say that every single day, but let's watch out below as things could get worse for here's a day. It's a nice candle right there. A hammer. It's got to close above the 8 and 13 and consolidate. As it tried to here, it got rejected. Now we're below. But that angle seems to be an accumulation factor, so let's see what happens on that. All these should be at a bottom, but who knows? EGO finally picked up the pace. Look for previous high breaks into previous lows. Probably some kind of a retracement from here, coming back in, especially end of the week, end of the year kind of situation. But pretty bullish nonetheless. Look for previous high breaks. I mean, right over the 34. Buy into supports. See if it'll come down into support. But 3 is your support, actually. It's an emotional spot on the chart. Now that it's above 3, I would use 3 as my support. Probably scale in as much as you want. AUI. Can't believe how bad that got. Some of the marijuana ones took off. CNAB, still waiting for that. That previous high break, pretty sluggish. As it's broken through, but it's got support still, so let's use the previous opposing point. Wait for that to break above there. Look at the potential for a one-day run. Boom. Weekly. It's already ran once, so don't expect too much out of it. It's probably got to gather its legs for a while. But nice bullish U. And that's what I'm saying. Watch for that pop across that previous high. But don't expect it to go all the way back up. Just expect it to, to pop and gather its legs and then have a double top breakout. But once it goes that heavy, it usually takes a while. CANN recovered nicely, almost a perfect hammer. Coming into resistance, had a nice reversal. Let's see if it'll hit resistance. That's some bullish action going on right there. I know this is not traded too heavily, but it certainly has some bullish. Look for previous high breaks on it. I think I got my alarm set. Anything outside that pattern, I guess. Previous high, anything outside that pattern. And that pattern has been going on since August. So a 6-month trend line break, pretty nice. UEC, almost had to grab all my stuff and take off on it, but because it had low volume and they paint the tape at the end of the day, I think someone's on the bid buying it up, so. Bought it into support, now it's back into support for the 3rd time, so I don't want to stay in too long. As things fall apart, they don't go your way, you might as well just realize that. But right now in the weekly, we got a 3-bar pattern right above the you can see this reversal bar. You can see it cross above the 34, came back into the 34 and popped, came back down in. So that's my reasoning. It's only 1 cent below where I bought it, so I'm okay, but nice reversal bar here, higher low pop, came back down in a couple times now, 3 times since I bought it. I bought it and then it hit my support line 3 times. So I think someone's letting it run and then pulling it back in each time on low volume, scaring the longs out. But this is a weekly chart. Bullish retracement right there. See if we can get a run out of this before the end of the year. I think that's it, guys. Another marijuana for you. They all ran, so be careful on any pop on the upside, but it's liable to make one more pop. So keep an eye on that. But that's it. GPL still right there. Ready to pop. But thanks for watching. Please share, like, and comment. Let me know what's going on out there. I'll see you.